I had a great training camp, me and my team, and it's go time, Saturday night.
Bill, I want to bring you in right away. I asked you this yesterday at Grand Arrivals, but I want to dig in a little bit deeper. When you take the training hat off and you sit there beside your son as father, how proud are you?
Oh, I'm extremely proud. This is something that Devin has been working towards. We've had a great example of a father and son duo with Loma and his dad, who've been an epitome of professionalism and a hard-working journey. So it's a great opportunity on this big stage for me and Devin as a duo to our climax be a fight against a hell of a team like Lomachenko team.
There's been a lot of talk, a lot of amazing blood, sweat, and tears programs. Top Rank's done an incredible job promoting this fight. Devin, you've said consistently over and over, he should have fought you 4 years ago. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, no, Top Rank ESPN has done a tremendous job, promoting the fight. This is the one. This is the big one for me, and I'm happy with the way that Top Rank has did the promotion. But yeah, I definitely feel like he should have fought me 4 years ago. Well, I would have at least got my shot 4 years ago. But Allah is a perfect planner, and now the time has finally come. It's gonna be worse than it would have been 4 years ago for him.
Loma, hey guys, welcome to the stage. Thank you guys so much for being here. Loma, you had this opportunity to fight for the undisputed titles, but you turned it down to return to your homeland and fight for your country. Talk about that for a minute and how that impacted your life and this journey getting to where we are today.
Hi everyone. Look, it's hard to say because it's you can change nothing. If you say something or do something, it's nothing change. I think only God can change. So we need to do just pray and ask Him about stop this war.
Absolutely. Igis, I want to ask you, was there concern from you and the camp and everybody involved when that decision was made?
First of all, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for having us here in Vegas. Beautiful, beautiful city, good boxing, mega city. Of course, when the first we, with the Top Rank, made this path road for Lomachenko to fight Kambosos and go to Australia, we were very excited. And then I made a phone call to Vasily and said, look, we have an opportunity to go into fight with the Kambosos, and for all those titles you were dreaming. And the answer was, I guess, no, I'm not going. It's not what is on my mind. Right now, I can't think about my career. I can't think about boxing. All I can see right now is just our country is being bombed, people getting killed, and everybody here in this country needs me here. I can't go aboard. So I'm sorry. And I said, this would be a last opportunity. And he says, if it's that meant to be, that's what it's meant to be. My decision is to stay here. And in the beginning, I kind of like, wow, we are working so hard to do that. That was my kind of like a first thoughts. But after that, I realized how strong he is and how good human being and how good man he is. And I told him, you're better than me for sure.
Yeah. There are a lot of things more important than the sport of boxing. One of them is patriotism, particularly when your country is in the grips of defending itself from a terrible aggressor. And it's a small country compared to the size of the aggressor. But with will and determination, look how this thing is turning out. The Ukrainians are giving better than they're taking from the Russians. And I salute all of the people in Ukraine. And I salute Vasily Lomachenko for the stand he took, staying behind to defend his country rather than participate across the globe in Australia in a fight.
Loma, now that we're here and you've had a camp and you know you've talked about this being your dream for so long, and now it's here Saturday night. How locked in are you? I'm hearing the term from your camp, locked in, a lot. How has camp been, and how locked in are you?
It was hard, like always. It was very hard, and but it was more motivation. It was big motivation for me because I understand it's a last chance to be undisputed. That's why it's every train, every day, push me, and push me. And now, 4 more days.
Devin, I want to come back to you, man. This is an unbelievable weekend. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. This is your hometown, pulling up to MGM Grand. You talked about as a kid seeing all of the big fights here. This is your big weekend. Is this your toughest opponent to date, even though you hold all the belts and you went to Australia twice? Is this the toughest fight of your life?
I mean, every fight, you know, up to date is, you know, your toughest test because, you know, it's only more at stake. You know, every fight, you know, we want to win every fight. So, yeah, on paper, this is my toughest test. But I look to you know, make it an easy night on Saturday night and as easy as possible and come out victorious.
You wanted this one. You've been calling for it. Here we are.
Yeah, I've been calling for it for, like I said, 4 years, but the time has finally come. You know, I take my hat off to him for even, you know, giving me a shot after 4 years. You know, I respect everything that he's, you know, his decision to, you know, stay and fight for his country and all that. That gave me the shot, and it aligned for me to get my shot to go to Australia. So it was only right that I give him the shot as well, like a true champion should. And I look to put on a great fight for the fans on Saturday night.
Do you ever step back and look at how far you've come in such a short amount of time? And we talk about ESPN, we talked about blood, sweat, and tears. What an incredible journey this has been. All of this exposure, these documentaries, cameras following you around. And 24 years old.
Yeah, man, everything has. I knew that one day all of this would come, but alhamdulillah that it came faster than what I thought it would. But I worked hard for it. I dedicated. You know, I've been dedicated since I was 7 years old. I put my all into it, and you know, it prepared me for these big moments. Everything up to this point, fighting in Tijuana, going to Australia, doing all these things it all prepared me for this point. And I'm blessed to be here. I'm happy to be here, and I'm having fun.
Bill, I want to ask you the same thing. Did you ever think in your wildest dreams we'd be here now at this point in his career at this age?
It's just truly been an amazing journey. It took a lot of people behind the scenes to make this thing happen. Devin has been wanting to fight. It was important to him while we were coming back from Australia, while the plane still had turbulence. He wanted to go to New York to challenge Vasyl Lomachenko and to give the people of Ukraine the opportunity to see their champion fight for undisputed. So that meant a lot to us. You know, it was great people that worked on it, such as Lou DiBella, our attorney John Hornhewer, who really worked behind the scenes and said, if this fight can happen, it's going to happen. And he was a man of his word. We were thankful for it, and now we're here.
We're all here, and we're all thrilled that you guys are here, both parties. Incredible families of boxing. And we can go through the card and talk about all of the families involved in Saturday night, and I think that's what puts this one leaps and bounds above others. There's been some talk, you guys, this week. Loma, he called you an amateur, and you haven't fought anyone like him. He's gonna walk all over you.
I don't want to talk about this.
You guys were in the tunnel just here yesterday. MGM Grand, our cameras were following you, and you called him dirty a little bit. He said at breaks, he doesn't break, he likes to throw punches. You guys okay over there? So the chatter's been happening this week, like it's starting.
Yeah, I mean, it's fight time, you know. I just called a spade a spade. I know what he's preparing for, but at the end of the day, we're prepared for whatever he brings to the table, and it won't matter. Whatever, if you want to make it a dirty fight, we got answers.
Because you've been in this game a long time. Is this the biggest fight that you've been a part of?
It's one of the biggest, but I've been involved in the very big fights. I've been involved in the stadiums with a 90,000 people fight around the world, including UK, Saudi Arabia, United States, T-Mobile's arena. So yes, it's one of the biggest. But I just wanted to ask a question to the whole people around here. I wanted to ask a question. First of all, I wanted to thank Haney. I wanted to thank the Haney family, Bill, Devin, for giving this opportunity for Vasily to fight for his dream. And very thankful for Top Rank, ESPN promoting this fight. Thank you guys very much. Without you, it wouldn't be happening. I like the talk going between the camps. I like that, but I also very like the respect going from both camps to each other. Usually it's going like, swearing to each other and ba 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 until we're gonna go to the ring. This is going a very good, nice promotion. I wanted to thank everybody. Second, what I wanted to say is, what's the question was?
Hey, Igis, we're only a little bit mad that you wouldn't have given us the opportunity that we're giving you right now. We're just only a little bit mad.
4 years ago?
Anytime. Would you have ever given us the opportunity that we're giving you guys right now?
Look, 4 years ago, Lomachenko came in already as an established boxer. He didn't have a time in his career to go and to fight the young fighters. 4 years ago, you're gonna agree with me, Devin was not a big name in the boxing. Devin didn't have any titles. Lomachenko was always chasing champions, the big names. So
You told me it would never happen. You told me it would never happen, and we believe in God, we believe in Allah, and we know that Allah knows best. You said it would never happen, and I said we'll see.
and you were right at that point, because I never was thinking Devin was going to be an undisputed champion, and he is. And it's more respect to him. And
Have anybody else ever run your phone like we called your phone to fight Lomachenko? Is there anyone else raising their hand to fight this great fighter right here?
First of all, you know better than me, we are in the boxing business. We have a different promoters, we have a different networks, and you guys were with a Matchroom, you were on the Zone, we were with a Top Rank, we were on the ESPN. Even Lomachenko had a signed agreement with ESPN exclusivity. We couldn't go to the Zone no matter what. So it is what it is, but right now we're here.
Is there any other top fighter that has run your phone to fight Vasily
No.
Lomachenko? No, that's the answer.
No.
So to the people, this is a tough guy, Lomachenko, 3-division world champion, 2 Olympic medals. My son, 24 years old, has been chasing him because he's a great fighter. Let's make that understood. No one is chased Lomachenko the way he is because he's a great fighter, and Devin is putting himself to the test and giving the Ukraine people something to hope for in a champion as Lomachenko.
I'll tell you one thing, everybody was running from Lomachenko. It was hard to get somebody in the ring with Lomachenko. And you were chasing, exactly, yes. So Saturday night, I think, is going to be a very, very nice and a good fight for the fans, for the world of boxing. But I forgot what you asked me, Mark.
No, this is the way it's supposed to be. I don't even care. I'm not going to ask any more questions for the rest of the afternoon. I think we just sit here and we freeball and see what happens. I want to go back to the biggest fight comment, Igis, because that's what I started with. But your answer, you said, hey, stadiums, 90,000, 100,000, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. Take all of that away, and I want to pose the same question to Bill. I'll give you both an opportunity. How does this fight differ in your gut, in your soul, in your heart, when it comes to winning this fight?
Look, over those years we've been working with Vasily since he started a pro. We became friends. We became like a father and a son. We became very close. So his dreams are my dreams. Every time in the 10 years I was hearing, when we're gonna do Undisputed, when we're gonna do Undisputed. So now you're asking me how big fight, how do we want that fight? It's the same thing like you ask a blind man, do you wanna see? Yes, we want this fight. It's a big fight, and we ready for it. He is ready. I'm sorry, not I, me, him.
Well, I think that's a good Freudian slip, because I think you have to be ready too. Bill?
Well, simple and plain, we started this journey when Devin was 8 years old. And along the journey, I asked Devin how good did he want to be? And he said he wanted to be one of the best that ever put on a pair of gloves. And to be that, you must step up to these kind of challenges. He's evolved into an incredible young man, both inside and outside the ring. I couldn't be more happy with his decision. He is the boss of our company, and we're moving straight ahead.
I love that. Loma, I want to come to you. You have been complimentary of Devin, his skill, his ability, but you said it's nothing new, and you have a job to do. All the belts are on the line. How do you walk out of the ring holding them on Saturday night?
Look, he really a high-level boxer. He understands boxing. He knows what he needs to do. He can use his reach. He can use his feet and fit and distance. But I have a big experience in this sport, and it will be very interesting for me.
Devin? Hearing him compliment you like that, but also know that he has a job to do?
Yeah, I mean, we both have a job to do. You know, he has many good attributes that he does in the ring, but it's for me to go in there and crack the code and exploit his weaknesses.
I mentioned this earlier, Vegas is home. How do you and your team put pause on Vegas and all of the distractions that come along with that? You being at home, all your friends, all your family blowing you up. Hey, I need tickets. Can you get me into the suite? You got a credential for me? How do you separate all of that stuff so that you can just focus on the task at hand? Can you give us a little insight as to the camp and the family around you that's got your back?
I mean, it's tunnel vision for me. You know, I don't see nobody else, nothing else but Loma and being victorious. You know, the ticket's gonna do what they're gonna do. Everything's, you know, I got a team that takes care of those things. But my main focus is Loma, winning the fight. You know, I put my all into training camp. I push myself, and I'm ready to go. All the other, you know, things that come with a big event, you know, it is what it is. It comes with the territory. But my main focus is being victorious.
Ramadan fell during camp. We documented it in the series. It was incredible to see. A lot of friends who are Muslim who had to fast for the month. You guys went downtown, you gave out food, you went above and beyond. Was it difficult for you to put your faith aside for a little bit or approach it in a different way during camp?
Yeah, it was definitely, you know, difficult because I wanted to fast. Most of my family was fasting during Ramadan, and I fasted for, I want to say, almost 2 weeks, or a little bit under 2 weeks or whatever. But I wanted to fast with my family and, you know, make the sacrifices. But Allah understands that, you know, this is my job, this is how I feed my family. So that's when, you know, I made zakat and gave back as much as I could. But so much blessings always come for me and my family after Ramadan. You know, after Ramadan, the biggest blessings come to me, I feel. And the fight game is right after Ramadan, and this is a blessing. And me being victorious would be even more of a blessing. So, like I said, once again, I'm excited for Saturday night.
Loma, you've said time and time again, you like danger. There's danger over here. Saturday night, is this the most dangerous opponent that you think you've ever faced?
Maybe I can answer after Saturday night. Then I check this one. But of course, right now it's the most important moment in a boxing right now.
Without question, Bob, this is a fight of fights. Our T-shirts say Top Rank since 1966. Where does this one rank among your list of favorite fights to have promoted?
This ranks right up with the best ones. Why? Because it's so competitive and there are so many opinions out there as to who will win. The odds are very, very close. So that means it's a really good betting fight. And if a fight is a good betting fight and people believe it's going to be so competitive, there's nothing better in boxing or in sports. And so I am so pleased with these two fighters, with the determination that they've brought with them. This will be a great fight and a great night for the sport of boxing.
Everybody in this room who works in boxing has a pound for pound list. Do you pay attention to that? And after Saturday night, victorious, where are you on that list in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, the world has seen me, pay attention to the pound for pound list and, feel a way about it. But at the end of the day, it's only an opinionated list, and it is what it is. My main focus is being victorious, beating Loma, and wherever they put me on the pound for pound list, it should be high.
Loma, you've been atop of that list pretty much your entire professional career. What does a fight like Saturday night mean to you, aside from the belts and undisputed? Because I know at the end of the day, it's just simply about that. But rank this fight in the history of your career now, where that lives and what that does for you.
Look, Seth, it's mean then you put a goal in your life, you need to take it. If you can't do this from first time, you can try to do this from second time and again. But you need to take your goal, your dream. This is what I try to do, and it's mean if I take it, I'll be really very, very happy. And thanks for God, thanks for to my promoter, my top ranked company, my manager, my family, my father, and all people who support us.
Styles make fights, and clearly we have two incredible styles taking the ring Saturday night. Bill, are there things that you guys worked on specific to his style that we will see possibly that we didn't or haven't seen from Devin?
Preparing for a Lomachenko, you can prepare for everything that you see him do, but he has the ability to rise to a different level. All champions of yesteryear, they bring out a gear that you haven't seen. So you can't just necessarily prepare for him. We can do our best to prepare. Devin has an array in his toolbox. We've brought out every weapon. We've dusted it off. And I'm confident that Devin will make the adjustment needed on the May the 20th. But I have a question for Mr. Aaron. Sir, where will you rank the winner of this fight? And in terms of the pound for pound, or even as a future great, as an all-time great?
Bill, that is a trap question because I got so many young fighters out there that if I ever mentioned anything about pound for pound, they'd be on my ass in 30 minutes. So, Bill, you gotta let me off the hook.
Yes, sir.
But I can say my world. If Devin gonna win, he's gonna have my vote, pound for pound #1.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Inshallah.
And vice versa.
Yeah, I think everybody in the room agrees that this is the fight of fights. We've been waiting for this one a long time. What's up, brother? Igas, for you, the same question that I just posed to Bill. Styles make fights. This has the potential to be absolute fireworks.
No, it's gonna be, I guarantee, for not for a single guy, it's gonna be just a walking in the park. It's gonna be a very, very hard fight for the both sides. I hope they prepared as much as I can see. They are prepared. I know for a fact Loma prepared. Let's do it on a Saturday night.
The boxing community has the utmost respect for both of you guys. It is an absolute privilege for us in the boxing world to have this fight happening. I think we can all agree that this is something that the community, this sport, needs more of. If you end up with all the belts on your shoulder like you got them right now on Saturday night, where do you go from here? Where do you see yourself going next?
It's a lot of big fights to be made. For me, I'm still young. I want to fight the best fighters in the world. My main focus is being victorious on Saturday. And then we're gonna, go back, talk to my dad, Top Rank, my team, and then we'll see what's next. But my main focus is being victorious, because without being victorious, then I don't get those big fights that I want. And right now, this is the Super Bowl of the lightweight division. This is the biggest fight, the best fight in the best for all the marbles, the king of the division. So I can never look ahead.
Bill, you said earlier he's the CEO of the company, but this is a family affair. Where do you see the next steps leading? Because there is a big business to boxing, right? And this has been an unbelievable couple of years for your son. Truly remarkable.
Well, I met with Bob on several occasions. I've told him and Jeremy Kriegel that Devin is a hot knife and Top Rank is butter. That we believe that when we came over, that it wasn't about any preparing for any kind of fights, no development fights, that Devin wanted to be in the biggest and the best fights that Top Rank and the world could offer. I told him we had the 2 fights with Kambosos, and we sat down to talk about what that 3rd fight looked like. We wanted the best fight. We wanted them to put on whoever they felt their best fighter was. We weren't trying to win 2, take an easy touch and run out the door. Devin is a quintessential businessman, and we just wanted him to.
He's just whispering sweet nothings into my ear.
Yeah, no, but we wanted more than anything to know that we've never stiffed any of our business partners. We've every deal that we've entered into, we fulfilled the contract, and it was very important to us that this 3rd fight be a fight that Bob wanted and the Top Rank team wanted, and if there was something else that was on the table, we were open to maybe talk about it or whatever. But right now, we're focused on Lomachenko, and the rest will work itself out.
Loma, I want to ask the same question to you. Saturday night, 4 belts draped over your shoulder. What would you see next for yourself in your camp?
I just want to come back my home and start thinking and start real life, and that's it. If we're talking about boxing future, I don't know. It's too long, and right now I'm focused only on Saturday night.
Very good. Devin was whispering in my ear. The words free agency came out of his mouth into my ear after this fight. Elaborate on that and what you meant.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. I see a lot of, people talking about, me being a free agent after this and, this and that. But, Top Rank has done a tremendous job with this event, Bob, and, the whole team. And, I'm happy with what they've done with me so far. And they got a lot of, good fighters, that are good future opponents over there on Top Rank. So I'm excited to, see what's next. But I like being with ESPN. I like working with Bob and Top Rank, and this is my home.
And I will say, candidly with you guys, it's literally one family to another. I was embraced by Bob and Brad and Carl and the team at Top Rank 6 years ago, and it truly is a family here at Top Rank, and you see it with Loma and his family, you see it with Devin and his family, and I think that's what makes Saturday night incredibly special. It is one for the ages. It is one you do not want to miss. ESPN.com pay-per-view. You do not want to miss this undisputed lightweight championship of the world. Gentlemen, thank you so much for spending time with us. We're going to ask you now to leave your microphones on the stage, and you're going to have a standoff right here, a face-off right here in front of us, the first one of the week. On behalf of everybody here at Top Rank and MGM in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.